Most owners assume their dog's favorite person is whoever feeds her. Whoever holds the leash, fills the bowl, opens the door. The person whose practical centrality in her daily life adds up over time to emotional primacy. Love as logistics, attachment as the byproduct of being useful. That assumption is wrong. And the way it is wrong is one of the most quietly remarkable things about the relationship between dogs and people. Because your dog's attachment hierarchy is not built on utility. It is built on something more specific, more deliberate, and more mutual than most owners ever realize. She chose you, not because of what you do for her, because of something that happened between you, in a series of moments that were probably unremarkable from your side and were anything but from hers. By the end of this, you will know exactly how that choice gets made, what it is built from, and if you have ever wondered whether you are truly her person, how to know, beyond any reasonable doubt, that you are. The choice does not happen once. That is the first thing to understand. It is not a single moment of bonding, not the first day, not the rescue from the shelter, not the dramatic event that makes a good story. It is a verdict arrived at slowly, across accumulated evidence, through a process that is running continuously in the background of every interaction she has ever had with every person in her life. Her nervous system is always taking notes, noting who reads her accurately and who does not, who responds to what she is actually communicating and who responds to what they assumed she was communicating, who makes uncertain moments more manageable, and who adds to the uncertainty, who she can be fully herself around and who requires a version of herself that is more managed, more careful, more edited down. The favorite person is the one who has accumulated the most evidence on the right side of all of those questions. Not the most dramatic evidence, the most consistent evidence. The first thing that builds the choice is accurate reading. She communicates constantly, in posture, in breath, in the micro expressions of a face that is always saying something. Most people receive the broadcast without decoding it. They see the dog and they interact with the dog based on what they assume dogs want in this situation, rather than what the specific dog in this specific moment is actually asking for. The person who reads her accurately, who backs off when her body says back off, who engages when her body says engage, who slows down when she needs slow and speeds up when she invites fast. That person is teaching her something through every interaction, teaching her that her communication works, that what she sends is received, that the gap between what she needs and what she gets is small with this person in ways it is not small with others. That experience of being accurately read is one of the rarest things a dog can have with a human. Most dogs go their whole lives without it being consistent from anyone. The person who offers it consistently does not need to do anything else to become the favorite. The accurate reading alone is enough to build something most owners never intentionally try to build. The second thing is the repair. Every relationship has moments of misread, of mistiming, of the interaction that went wrong. What builds attachment is not the absence of those moments, it is what happens after them. The person who notices when something landed badly and adjusts, who sees the flinch or the withdrawal or the shutdown and responds to it rather than pushing through it, is teaching her something more important than the accurate read of the good moments. They are teaching her that rupture is followed by repair, that the relationship can hold a bad moment and still be safe afterward. This is the piece most owners miss entirely. Dogs, like all social animals, calibrate trust partly on what happens after things go wrong. The caretaker who repairs is the caretaker who can be relied upon, not just in the easy moments, but in the hard ones. That reliability, experienced enough times, builds the kind of trust that is not shaken by a single difficult interaction, because the history of repair is already there as ballast. The third thing is the quality of presence rather than the quantity of time. She is not counting hours. She does not assess favorability by tallying who she has spent the most consecutive minutes with. She is assessing something more specific, the quality of the attention she receives when attention is given, whether the person who is present with her is actually present or present in the way that means physically located nearby while genuinely elsewhere. Behavioral observation of dogs across different quality of interaction conditions has found that dogs demonstrate stronger affiliative responses to shorter periods of genuine attuned engagement than to longer periods of distracted proximity. 10 minutes of someone who is actually there, responding, attending, meeting her, outweighs an hour of someone who is in the same room and not really available. She knows the difference. She has always known the difference. The person who is genuinely present when they are present accumulates, in that quality of contact, more of the currency that builds attachment than the person who spends more hours in the same house while paying a different kind of attention. The fourth thing, the one that seals the choice more than anything else, is being the person she has chosen to show her fear to. Where a dog goes when she is frightened is not random. It is not whoever is nearest or whoever is largest or whoever typically takes charge. It is the person her nervous system has encoded as the resolution to threat. The specific human whose presence has reliably made frightening things more manageable across enough experiences to become a cellular certainty. Earning that encoding requires only one thing: being present and steady in the moments that frightened her, not performing calm, not forcing interaction with the frightening thing, not dismissing the fear because you assessed the threat level as low, simply being there, regulated, available, not escalating, and letting her nervous system learn that your presence changes what fear feels like. The dog who runs to you in a thunderstorm is not the dog who has decided you are the most authoritative person in the house. She is the dog who has learned across enough storms that the fear is less when you are near. That is not a small thing to have become for someone. That is the deepest vote a dog's nervous system can cast. Most owners think the favorite person status is something that was determined early, in the first weeks, in the formative bonding period, in the puppy window that either opened or closed before they understood what it meant. Flip that. The favorite person is not chosen once and set. The choice is maintained daily through the continued accumulation of the evidence that built it. And it can change. Not easily, not dramatically, but through sustained changes in who offers accurate reading, who repairs after rupture, who is genuinely present, who is the one she brings her fear to. This means the person who came late into her life can still become her person. It means the relationship that has been distant can close the distance. It means there is no closed window, only the ongoing updatable verdict of a nervous system that is always, still, taking notes. Think about the evidence she has been accumulating about you. Every time you noticed she was uncertain and gave her space instead of pushing through. Every time the walk went wrong and you adjusted instead of repeating the same ask louder. Every time she appeared at your side during a hard night and you let her be there without making it into a performance. Every time the storm came and she found you and you just stayed. She did not register any of those moments as significant. They were too ordinary for that, too woven into the texture of the days you have shared to feel like anything other than just what happens. But her nervous system registered all of them, kept all of them, built something from all of them that is more solid by now than you probably know. She did not choose you because you are perfect. She did not choose you because you have done everything right. She chose you because the accumulated evidence of who you are with her, in the ordinary moments, in the difficult ones, in the unremarkable middle of 1,000 days together, added up to a verdict her nervous system could not argue with. You are safe. You are present. You see her. That is all it ever took. And she has known it, probably longer than you have. When did you first feel like your dog had chosen you? And was there a specific moment that made it real? Tell me in the comments. If this is the kind of watching you want to keep doing, subscribing means the next one finds you.